everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we've got a pair of wide receivers who certainly want to be targeted throughout the game. It's the Eagles going up against the Cowboys. And with that, we're off to Big D and AT&T Stadium, where we'll say hello to our broadcasting team of Brandon Godin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. And we say hi again, everybody. Brandon Gaudin here as we count down to kickoff. I turn to my partner, that's Charles Davis. And Charles, Larry pointed out in the open, we've got a pretty good matchup of wide receivers here this afternoon, don't we?
And those guys have such a big impact on the game nowadays. We know it's a throwing game, but the guys who can go up and get it, the guys who can break tackles after the catch and make bigger plays, oh yeah, they love spotlight as well. They want the football, they want the attention.
On the return now, it's Josh Huff. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here come the Eagles coming off a big Week 7 win where they handed Minnesota their first win to the quarterback. Not his best game, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 138 yards, but a win.
No doubt about it, and think about it this way. We talked about him over the last couple of weeks, and we both said, pump the brakes along the Hall of Fame talk, but we both agreed this kid's going to be special in the league, and that was a gutty win for he and the Eagles.
Play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Durant from his outside linebacker spot. He comes up to drop him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start. Let's go back over the last couple of plays. Sack, loss of yards on a running play. Not exactly the sequence that an offensive coordinator gets comfortable with when calling plays.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
So on 4th down, the Eagles will call on the left foot of Donnie Jones to punt it away. Lucky Whitehead back deep for Dallas. That's taken inside his own 40.
Whoosh.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So coming off that bye week, here comes the Dallas Cowboys offense. That bye week did give us a quick respite from the Dak versus Tony saga that will probably start to heat back up again, Charles.
I would agree with that, and as long as Tony continues to show signs of being healthy, That subject matter just keeps coming up and coming up, but I don't think anyone could have handled this better than Dak Prescott has so far. Number one, he's played really, really well. And number two, he said all the right things when asked about Tony Romo.
They run with a rookie. Here's Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
It's not always as trite as that team wanted it more than the other, but on that play, it actually was true. They were faster to the ball.
Here's Prescott. Surveying the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Des Bryant, certainly one of the go-to guys, if not the go-to guy for this offensive unit.
One of the most talked about players in the league, as well as one of the most productive receivers. He attacks the football downfield.
And the dreaded 3rd and long here for the offense.
Come on, let's go!
Now Prescott. He's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. To throw. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he's brought down. A good pickup there at 20 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Caught left side, Williams. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
So here we go, first and 10 now.
Here we go!
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Benny Logan has the body of a defensive end, but the skill set of a defensive tackle. He's very difficult for offensive guards to block.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. The give is to Elliott. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Let's go! Brad 38!
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That's caught at the 1. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
For their back, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in, and the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front, giving him at least a stalemate in order to find that space?
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't it? Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Let's go. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. And this is Hurts with it, right side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
On 2nd down, Ryan Matthews. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key 3rd down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
he takes it across midfield to the 45. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
For a guy who went to college as a quarterback, Ryan Matthews has turned into quite the power runner. If he can only stay healthy, well, his numbers would be huge, I think.
His numbers so far, 2 times over 1,000 yards with the Chargers, 5 years there, now in his second year with the Eagles.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he's brought down. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And that leads to a Philadelphia first.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to take and run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play, close things down inside.
Taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. And now the defense for Dallas.
Morris Claiborne is a former first-round pick at cornerback with skills that can match up with anyone when he's at his best.
Play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
Here we go now.
They go play action for Matthews. Now Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Josh Huff, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. now come the Cowboys. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. Come on, let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
Here's Prescott. It's caught on the right side. Williams. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
2nd down now after the pass completion. Now Prescott. And Beasley with it over the middle. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. A touchdown apiece here in this first quarter of play. 7-all is the score. We're back to Arlington in just a moment.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down.
Watch tight end.
A give to Elliott. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left.
Come on, let's go. Brad 38.
They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And some room to work. And he's brought down.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So that last play called back after the penalty, 2nd and long here. 1 man in the backfield, Elliott.
Come on, let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
And he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Complete to Jason Witten. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
Too quick to the trigger that time. Neutral zone infraction, and that'll cost him 5 yards. So following the penalty, now 1st and 5.
Watch left. Stop right there. 4 down. Alert. Flex round.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
I got troops this side. Here we go. Brand 38.
They'll set up to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
On now is Dan Bailey, 5 of 6 from 50-plus last year. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Here we go. Green 39.
They begin the drive with Ryan Matthews. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Second down, here's Wentz. And Selleck here, left side. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Double tight, guys, double tight. All right, now, look at 56.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 14 there. And it'll be a Philadelphia first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, It's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Green 39.
And once again, they go with Sproles. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key the tight end. Hurry up. Here we go. 319. 319.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
False start, offense.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Hurry up. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And that one results in 35 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Red zone opportunity.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
Working from the gun. Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Dorial Green-Beckham there to make the grab. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Bryant, the lone receiver, left.
Let's go! Bryant 38! Bryant 38!
Now Prescott. He hits Beasley right side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On second down, Elliott. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. He'll look to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And it's a 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll stick with the passing game. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Well, the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Now the 6-year man Chris Jones on to punt it away. Back deep is Darren Sproles. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Wentz now on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Second down, here's Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Wentz now on first down. Finding time. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. A quick pivot here to discuss something you and I were going over this morning, and that's Miami. Jay Ajayi, 2 straight games over 200 yards, and they're really starting to come into life.
Won their last 2 games. They're now 3-4. And a little note of melancholy, though. Arian Foster, who signed with Miami this past offseason, announced his retirement. Had a great career, especially with the Houston Texans.
Yeah, sad to see him go. Had an NFL rushing leading year. Also had 4 Pro Bowls under his belt. Complete on the right side to Green Beckham. A big play there just before halftime. And even 50 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Into the red zone, Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Again. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Well, maybe expecting a throw. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Cowboys with possession halfway through one. Elliott's going to dart up the middle, and he caps off the 7-play drive with a score. The Cowboys land the first punch. Eagles with the football late in the first. Pass will be completed over the middle, and he'd cap off the 9-play drive with a TD. We're tied back up at 7. Eagles have it at the 30. Continuing on the drive, the catch will be made in double coverage, and this play goes for a score. Eagles go up by 4. That'll do it from here in Orlando. Let's get you back out to Dallas as we hand things over to Brandon Guyton.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. One man in the backfield, Elliott. He's going to get the football. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They come out here in the eye. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Bailey now for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Let's see what they go to here on 3rd down and 6. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Screen pass to Sproles. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Fresh set of downs here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Wentz now on 1st down. He's got time in the pocket. Looking, and that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a good gain. A pickup there of 37. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st down. In the completion, nice throw, nice catch, but Charles, big thanks goes to the men up front.
They allowed the quarterback to throw out of the rocking chair, so to speak. Plenty of time to survey the field and find an open man.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Toss play to Sproles. And a short gain here down to the 22. They'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Here's Wentz to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles have retaken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Point after now from Sturgis. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. Whitehead, the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now working their way back onto the field, the Eagles defense. Obviously a close game from the defensive standpoint. Maybe don't want to blow it too much out of proportion, but how important is this drive?
I think it's huge for them because they've got to find a way to help out their offense, whether it's doing it themselves, taking the ball away and scoring, or setting their offense up in a good position to give them a chance to fully be back in this game.
And sometimes that defense triggers the offense. We'll see. They'll come out in the pistol. They start on the ground with Elliott. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Second down following the run.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Here we go. Man 38.
Another carry for the rookie Elliott. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
The Eagles are going with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on third.
Thinking pass all the way.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Sproles. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Eagles take possession. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. 10th carry now for Ryan Matthews. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. They had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
False start, offense.
Third down and 12.
Watch that in. Watch that in. That is right. That is right. Hey, let's go. Green, 39.
From the gun on third down, Wentz surveying the field. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Donnie Jones now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement
Here we
area.
go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that was a nice play by the defense. And it is tough to be an offensive lineman nowadays, especially if you're dealing with how the defensive tackles have evolved. Their quickness, their agility, their speed has changed the big guys in the middle, the center and the offensive guards. Formerly, they were just power players. Now they have to be light on their feet as well to keep up with the speed of the defensive players.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on 3rd down.
Hey, we got 4. Here we go. White, 90. White, 90.
Now Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. Sproles, the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Let's go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And Matthews has it right side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it with Sproles. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. A good pick up there at 20 yards.
No matter how you evaluate quarterbacks, at some point arm strength is going to come into the conversation. I'm really impressed by what I saw on that throw on the out route.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Now let's go! Green, 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know in most cases people think you throw the ball in this situation, and when they ran, it almost felt like a little bit of a surrender, maybe a give up. But I don't know if that's really the case. They might have been probing a little bit, checking the defense and filing it away for later. They might have something working later on.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Come on, let's go! White, 90! White, 90!
On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass and completing it.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Let's go. Grand 38.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got time. Great protection. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
And right now I take my rudimentary kindergarten skills and draw where the tackle box would be, because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football from that spot.
Yeah, they say there was a receiver in the area, though.
Yeah. There's always a receiver in the area.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Going right side, he has Witten. And he's brought down after a good game. That one goes for 24 yards.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, can flat-out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And now a 1st down following that long gain.
Tight ends left. 3 down, 3 down. Let's go. What? 90.
Now Prescott. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
So they're operating in the red zone. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Everyone's got 4. Come on, let's go. What? 90.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Bryant with a catch right side. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Time starting to run out here in the fourth. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory.
Let's go!
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Fourth quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
Be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game. Another pistol look here. Here's Prescott. That's caught at the 2. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Cole Beasley from 6 yards away. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Love the excitement we got going here. If they just scored the touchdown, they're down by 1 out to figure out the possibilities. Kick the extra point and tie it. Go for 2 if they're really feeling in a gambling mood. What do you do in this situation?
I think you kick the PAT.
Yeah, I do too. Kick it, get my defense ready, and try and stop them one more time.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Ryan Matthews now gets set and ready to go again here on offense. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case,
and he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And they're going to speed things up here. To throw is Wentz. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now Wentz. Complete on the right side to Greenbacker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Wentz to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. And they'll run it here. And on this one, and now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
There we go, D. That's where it hit.
All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And now the offense operates in the red zone. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And as the 4th quarter winds down here, we're all even.
And no one wants this game to extend. They want to go ahead and win it right now.
Now a 20th carry for Ryan Matthews. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
False start, offense.
And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop can really hurt their momentum.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Hey. Four down.
Bryant, the lone receiver left. Back to throw. A dump off to Elliott. A nice pick up there at 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And quickly, they get to the line. Ten yards still left on second down.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38.
They'll look to throw. Finding time. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. Third down here.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. Are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from AT&T Stadium.